Today we go over exciting news of the future of the Star Wars franchise. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, with Star Wars Episode 9 and Jon Favreau's live-action TV series, which is something that I personally am very curious about as to exactly what that's going to be like on the small screen, since it will be on the Disney streaming service, which won't be launching until the fall of 2019. Now, looking at everything else, we have the Rian Johnson trilogy, in which Rian Johnson just confirmed today that that is still on. But aside from that, the trilogy that I personally am really looking forward to is, of course, the D&D trilogy, as I like to call it, the trilogy by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, the creators of Game of Thrones. Now, they'd actually just finished filming for Game of Thrones Season 8 not too long ago, and everything is in post-production right now, but we do have an exciting update for their trilogy when it comes to the Star Wars universe, is that David Benioff and D.B. Weiss are set to start writing the new trilogy, apparently by January of 2019. The budget for the first film is said to be higher than The Last Jedi, which means that this movie is going to be of great quality. This could be aimed for a 2021 release in December of that year. So, like I have said many times before, I really do believe that this is going to be the Old Republic trilogy. I could be wrong, but there are hints here and there as to why Disney and Lucasfilm hired these guys for a new Star Wars trilogy. If you guys look at Game of Thrones, it's all medieval, setting. It's a whole medieval setting in the background. And if you look at the Old Republic era of Star Wars, it really is kind of like the medieval times of Star Wars. It really does look like that in its own way. And I can really see that's how David Benioff and D.B. Weiss would be the perfect film, the perfect fit for doing a film like that for the Star Wars franchise as a whole. So, whatever they're doing, I know that they really do a great job on the HBO hit series Game of Thrones, and that is one thing to look forward to. They're actually really good creatives in my book, and I honestly am a whole lot more excited about them than Rian Johnson's new trilogy. Now, in case you guys didn't know, Rian Johnson's trilogy will be more family-friendly, and their trilogy, alright, D&D, will be more for the adults, alright, more for the adult audience, usually, ages, 18 and up, and aside from that, it's going to be geared towards the hardcore fans more so. So, those are little hints here and there that it could very well be the Old Republic era, because also in their new trilogy, apparently Disney and Lucasfilm are going to be bringing a lot of characters from the EU/Legends into that project, bringing them into the Disney canon. And we've seen hints in The Last Jedi visual dictionary of Darth Revan, because Luke Skywalker's red kyber crystal belonged to the Jedi Crusaders. The Jedi Crusaders were a thing during the times of the Old Republic, and Darth Revan was a part of it. So there are a lot of hints, little tiny hints, little breadcrumbs here and there telling us that an Old Republic trilogy is on the horizon. But looking at Episode 9 by J.J. Abrams, we have that big project, and I think that we should focus on that right now, see how that film does, because I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. Let's say if Episode 9 fails very, very badly, right? What happens then with the future of the Star Wars franchise? Would they cancel Rian Johnson's trilogy? Would they cancel the D&D trilogy? That's a huge question for sure, and I think it's a fair question, right? What if Episode 9 doesn't do too well? Will they still go through with Rian Johnson's trilogy and the Game of Thrones guys' trilogy? Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. Do you want an Old Republic trilogy? Is it something that you think the Star Wars fans need? In my eyes, I think it's a very important thing to do. Not only will it introduce the Old Republic era to casual fans and new fans alike, but this is also an era where we will actually most certainly get a lot of lightsaber action in it, very similar to what we got in the prequel trilogy. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Nights alone, we